Armsday, and okay, good, cool, we're good. Welcome to Armsday, and happy July 6th. To all of my American friends, I hope you had a good weekend. To all of my Commonwealth friends, hi. And of course, today is the first Armsday of the month, which is kind of irrelevant. Let's get started. First, we've got the Thesan FR4. So we know we want stability on this gun, but we already have so much stability that we don't really need that much more. Really, the flash scope, the torch scope is what we're looking for. But it doesn't look like we have any really good rolls to go with it. We also really want the quick charge ability, because that's one of the things that the Thesan can do that the Ash Raven's Flight can't do. The Ash Raven's Flight benefits a ton from the extra stability, but the Thesan won't benefit as much because it hits over the stability rate. So accelerated coils is actually a really good thing to have on this gun. Problem is we got the flash scope here and no torch, plus these abilities aren't great. So I think if you are looking to redeem a Thesan, maybe wait a little bit longer. The Kumakatok has, okay, so I don't know if you guys knew this, but my favorite role in the Kumakatok is Luck in the Chamber and Outlaw. So if we've got a decent, here we go. The Sure Shot IS is a pretty decent scope. The Superb Target Acquisition is amazing. That means that you have a lot more aim assist than you normally would. And then, of course, Extended Mag is nice. We don't really have a range perk is the only problem with this particular gun. If you wanted to pick this one up, I wouldn't blame you. It's actually pretty great, but without the range perk, I'm a little hesitant to recommend it. As for the others, we have an Outlaw Grenadier with a range perk and a True Sight IS, which is also very nice. So this first one is another option if you're not like too into Luck in the Chamber. The range perk is definitely going to be better for like PvP. But again, like that's up to you. Ideally, you get something like this, but with the range perk. So I would hold it if you're waiting for the perfect roll, but if not, if this is good enough, then like go ahead and pick one up. And then the Lyudmila, we're always looking for a counterbalance headseeker one, and it seems like he's never going to have one for us. That is unfortunate. The ARI-41, the ARI-45, the Tuonela SR4, the Righteous-D, and the Eirene RR4 are all available for pickup this week. Unfortunately, the only one I can really recommend you buy is maybe the 41 and maybe the Tuonela. They're not good enough that I keep them on this account to check the rolls for, though. The Tuonela is in the same archetype as the DIS-43. It's just a worse version of the DIS-43. And the ARI-41 is the same archetype as the Ariminius-D and as the Righteous VII, which is not the best archetype for auto rifles, but like, given the recent nerf to low impact variants, the ARI-41's archetype is a little better than it used to be, because it's, closer to the low impact archetype now. As for the Eirene, it used to be good, it is no longer. I can't, in good conscience, recommend that you pick that up. Whew. So not a whole lot going on that first character. Let's check out the Suros packages on our Warlock. We have the DIS-43 and the DIS-47 to look at, as well as the JLB-47, which is the good rocket launcher. Hi Snakers, what's up? Enjoying Armsday? So far so good. I mean, those are better Kumakatok rolls than we've seen in quite a while. Like in about a month. I think there was one 4 weeks ago that was alright, but it wasn't, amazing. But we still haven't gotten a perfect Kumakatok. That's a little upsetting. I mean, I know that a perfect Kumakatok is like a really low, it's a low chance of getting one, but I kind of thought he'd have one by now. Oh well. If you picked up the Judith-D last week, I apologize. I did not pick it up on this account. I already have the 9 guns that I think are best, and the Judith-D is not one of those guns. So if you're expecting the Judith-D rolls this week, I'll have them in the description after I check them on my main account, but it's not going to be live. I will have the Cocytus, the PDX-45, the Arminius, the DIS-43, the DIS-47, the JLB-47, and you already saw the Kumakatok, the Thesan, and the Herzha-D. Good morning. I take it you're also on the American coast, or one of the Americas. You're not too late. The only thing you've missed is the Thesan, the Kumakatok, and the Herzha-D, and the only one that had anything decent was the Kumakatok. Rolls 1 and 3 were both alright, but neither of them were perfect, so if you're waiting for a perfect roll, hang on to your package. You're just in time to see the Suro stuff, though. Let's check it out. We have the JLB-47 with nothing really. Wow, he's got at least 1 grenades and horseshoes roll or tripod roll usually, but spray and play isn't going to help you in Crucible, and neither is Feeding Frenzy is probably the worst. Definitely just keep waiting on, because you need grenades and horseshoes for this to be relevant. Next, the DIS-43. So I recommended a full auto version of this because I like the full auto version of this. It's reminiscent of the Vision of Confluence in year 1, but you're just as well off with Outlaw or something else. Perfect Balance and the SPO-28 sight are both excellent, along with Outlaw, increasing the DIS-43's middling reload speed. But you could also wait until you get a more stable roll, which is one of the things you want on a scout rifle. The other thing that's really good on here is Hidden Hand, but I don't think the Suros perks ever roll with Hidden Hand. High Caliber Rounds, Zen Moment, both of those are great, but without a stability boosting perk, I can't recommend you pick that one up either. And then the middle one has Icarus. And while we do have Small Bore, Perfect Balance, and the SPO-28, Icarus is not good enough for me to be like, oh, this one's good to pick up either. So we're like really close on all 3 of those. That's kind of sad. I mean, I guess you've got the Zen Moment here, so you could potentially get away with the 3rd roll, but I feel like you still want that initial stability buff. Finally, the 47. None of these have full auto. Now, a lot of you guys are looking forward to a full auto 47. You should know, though, that the DIS-47 only has a 0.03 second decrease in time to kill over the DIS-43. And you definitely want full auto, because the archetype just is very fast firing, so a full auto roll is ideal. But without full auto, I don't think the DIS-47 is worth picking up over the DIS-43. So, like, a few decent DIS-43 rolls. Not anything to write home about, though. And finally, let's check out those 3 power guns that everybody's so excited about. The PDX-45, the Arminius-D, and the Cocytus. So, he sold the Cocytus package last week, so I'm sure that this is a lot of people's first time picking one up. And I want you to know that while the Cocytus isn't the greatest high-impact scout, hi Finn, it's not the greatest high-impact scout, there are 2 better ones, the Hand of Judgment and the Badger CCL. But those are kind of hard to get. The Hand of Judgment only comes from the House of Judgment rank-up packages, and those take a little while to level up. If you were going to get one, this is the week to do it. But otherwise, like, the Badger CCL is going to be also difficult to get. It's a Vanguard package gun, so the odds of you getting like a good roll on one is like very small. And the odds of you getting a better Hand of Judgment or a better Badger CCL than a Cocytus that's perfectly rolled from the Gunsmith are very low too. So the Cocytus is realistically one of the best high-impact scouts you have access to, and it's really good in Crucible right now. The Nerf 2 auto rifles really put it on top, I think. It's up there with the Jade Rabbit if you are on PlayStation, and certainly my favorite gun to use in Crucible right now. Well, I actually have a good Badger, but It's also really good at PvE. I think it's the best scout rifle for PvE. So if that interests you at all, then alright, let's check it out. We've got the Arminius-D, and none of these have counterbalance. So with the Arminius-D, it's got such terrible recoil that you need counterbalance, and so no good Arminius-Ds this week. A rangefinder Suros PDX-45 is not a bad thing, but unfortunately it's coming with fitted stock and rifled barrel, and you do need range. And then the unflinching. Alright, so unflinching isn't bad at all, and reinforced barrel, perfect balance, and SPO-28 are all excellent. I think this is an awesome roll. Well, ooh, no, reinforced barrel reduces your stability. Ha! There's one that increases range and decreases, like, reload or something. That's the one that you want. Roll 3's alright. It's close, but it's, I don't know. It's not great, and he's not selling a PDX-45 this week, so maybe hang on to it. Finally, the Cocytus. Okay, we've got 2 triple tap grenadiers. This is the torch scope, triple tap, and grenadier, and quick draw. Okay, so this is an okay gun for PvE, but really we want the flash scope if we're going to do PvE activities. Let's see if the second one has the flash scope. Nope, it's torch again. But this time we have hand laid stock, so this is actually pretty good for Crucible. Really the only thing you need to make the Cocytus valid in Crucible is hand laid stock and torch. If you have these two things, you are good to go for Crucible. And then Grenadier and triple tap are both great because you're going to be getting triple tap if you're using it. So this is actually a pretty good Crucible roll. I can definitely get behind using that. It's not quite as good as like a life support third eye roll. So if you were waiting for better perks, then keep waiting, but like, it's not bad if you're anxious to use it. And then the flash scope with Grenadier and Casket Mag and lightweight. So this one's not great. Not a great PvE roll. It does have the flash scope, but you do want better perks than this. Something like a Firefly and triple tap, which can roll on this gun. This is like a super hung jury if you roll it correctly. So, not a ton of great Cocytuses today. That second roll's okay for PvP, but it's not the best he's ever sold, and it's probably not going to be in even the top 5 that he sells. If you are set on getting a PDX-45 this week, I think if I had to pick, this would be the roll I go with. I know it does reduce stability, but I feel like perfect balance is going to kind of even that out. You can see on the little chart there, reinforced barrel and perfect balance, like it's almost perfectly going to even it out, so you'll end up with something that looks like, if you can imagine the red bar being not there, then, but like there are better PDX-45s, and there are better Cocytuses, and there are better Arminius-Ds, so it looks like the only popular gun he's selling this week that's like worth picking up, we have the Kumakatok, and we have a couple decent DIS-43s, but nothing perfect, certainly nothing god-rolled. Unfortunate, but I guess we will wait until next week and hope for better guns. That's what I'm going to do. I don't think any of these are anything I want to turn in. Yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you next week. Bye!